School districts across Western Mass facing another problem amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
They're struggling to find nurses to hire, and many are now turning to other resources for some help. Western Mass News reporter Paris Dunford joins us live with those details. Paris?
Chris, Jordan, two local school districts tell us they are having trouble finding certified nurses to fill in when their school nurses call out sick. Now they are calling on local EMTs for help. Camille Lopez is a school nurse at William G. Morgan Elementary School in Holyoke. Currently, she is the only nurse that helps care for the students there, while also following all COVID-19 testing protocols for the school.
It's been a little overwhelming with COVID on top of everything else that we do, because it's still just been us doing both of them.
And if Lopez is exposed to COVID-19 or calls out sick, the school district is going to have trouble finding someone to fill in for her. Last week, the Holyoke school superintendent said there were 5 school nurses out, forcing them to make a critical decision of what to do. They reached out to Action Ambulance in Holyoke for help.
They've been triaging kids as they come in. If they get hurt, if they have symptoms, if they're sick, they are able to take vital signs, get an assessment, do some of the interventions for us.
Now over in Westfield, it's a similar story. Superintendent Stefan Zaporowski tells Western Mass News they also have had 2 EMTs help out in some of their schools, and they're now turning to another agency for help.
I've just started having conversations with our local health department about if I have a shortage of a nurse, could they send someone to come help us out?
They currently have 1 open position for a floating nurse to help out whichever school needs it most, and they have multiple nurses out sick.
This is not optimal, and this is probably the worst year that I've ever seen.
Zaporowski tells us they've had trouble hiring nurses, and nurses are being exposed to COVID-19 and other illnesses on the job. And they have a much larger workload than years past since they have to follow testing protocols.
That work is suffering. So hearing and vision tests, which have to happen periodically, are on the back burner because of the work that they're dealing with now, which is typically dealing with COVID cases.
Now in Holyoke, those EMTs working inside the schools currently are working extra shifts for at least the next 2 weeks to help out those local school nurses. For now, reporting live in Holyoke, Paris Dunford for Western Mass News.